Yeah, it's a grand swell chain. Yeah.
She steps in the room like a Wall Street queen. Stacks so high they're touching the screen. No suits, no ties, just a pink power suit. Kicking down doors in a Louboutin boot. Bull Barbie takes the gains, leaves the rest. Sharp as a blade, she's passing the test. No room for the fake, no time for the slow. She's the go-oh. I watch her profits grow. She's got charts in her mind and gold in her grip. Every trade she makes is a mic drop flip. They try to keep up, but they're miles behind. Bull Barbie's a storm, a mastermind. They call her the boss, but she's more than that. Turns every bear into a welcome mat. No whispers, no doubt, she's loud and proud. Riding that bull right through the crowd. Barbie takes the gains, leaves the rest. Sharp as a blade, she's passing the test. No room for the fake, no time for the slow. She's the go-oh. Watch her profits grow. So here's to the queen who's rewriting the game. Bull Barbie's the fire, the unstoppable flame. She's got the hustle, the muscle, the drive to win. And bow down to the trader with the ultimate spin.
Hello. There it is. Okay, it's my new stream layout. The chat's kind of messed up. I'll fix that later. Oh. Let me see if this works. There it is. I'm just in a little trade because I basically was flat on the day and I was getting annoyed about that. The chart's a little dorked out. That's fine. I already took most of it off at, yeah, it says on there, 50. I'm way late to this party, so I just took it small. But I also wanted to do a giveaway because I was doing a June giveaway on my website. That jam's sweet, isn't it? Tony, I just saw your comment. I'm trying to teach you how to pass accounts so you can do it over and over and over again and not depend on signals, because signals are hard to give, they're hard to follow, but reading the market, you'll have all the confidence, you will take all the trades, you will make all the money. It takes a long time though, it takes a lot of practice, but it's worth it. Oh, this thing's going. Boba! Yeah, well, last week was way too busy with kid stuff. This week's pretty busy with kid stuff too, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work. I'm trying to get into a groove where I do the other stream and then take a break and then come over here. But there's like a delay in that because I scheduled things that were in the way. I don't know, I screwed it up, but we'll get there. We'll get you there though, Tony. I think today kind of sucks, but then we've got other traders in the group that are nailing it, and it's all about kind of what you see and the kind of plays that you like to take. And then sometimes you have to recognize like today is not and maybe it's just like because I'm annoyed and frustrated with like some other life stuff right now, which happens, that it just makes it harder to focus in and trade. All right, where's my little... I gotta see what I'm broadcasting here, make sure I've got the right thing up. Oh, I should put this guy over here. Hey there, Carlos. Yeah, just real casual stream right now. Oh, you can see my little trailing bracket work. Y'all don't get to see that a lot. This is the bracket that I prefer on ES. It needs some adjustments. The one that's trailing more aggressively keeps getting hit and it's annoying me. So I want to change. That needs to trail when we're just a little bit farther up here than it is right now. I sent the weirdest text message to somebody accidentally. I said, "Who is Slow Patrol?" I don't even know what I was trying to say. I was probably pocket dialing, pocket texting. Anyway, I'm just trying to get accounts to the green with this little thing, just because I don't like having red days. I very, very rarely do. I would rather have plus $2 than nothing. Stubborn like that. Yeah, howdy, Carlos. Here to come out, fix some fencing. Oh, I'm over work right now, like outside. Very over it. There's been a lot of that just because I don't know why everything hit all at once, but it's kind of the season when beekeeping gets extra annoying. There's a lot to do yet and it's hot and I don't want to do it. Don't stop out. I don't want this to stop because it's hanging it right above that, below that value area high. I got the VIX dropping. Yeah, storm season. Yeah, you need 2 days off after mowing a 1/4 acre. What did you used to do before trading? I was in real estate. Lots and lots of real estate. Like kind of everything. It did construction, developing, but lots of sales. That's where I made a lot of money. Like super luxury homes, which sounds awesome. That's what everybody wants to be in, right? Because you get big commissions. I think everybody forgets how much work and how crazy some of the people you're working with are. There's a lot of big personalities. But yeah, you're working with some strong personalities that are very stressed out for a few years. So you can do that for a while and then you gotta move on and do not go crazy. Also, like the market has changed a lot and I enjoyed it a lot more when it was a little bit more old school. And I think it's also just the way my area has changed, but it's just so much more aggressive and less personal. I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah, it kind of is like trading. But so with trading, I don't know. I see this as all numbers in the market and I'm choosing to deal with people, but y'all that hang around long enough know every once in a while I just disappear for a little bit and it's just like, it's too much. It's like, if you've ever, the moms out there will recognize this, but you've probably seen moms dealing with this where everybody follows them to the bathroom. You can tell exactly what room they're in. If they went into the laundry room, there'll be a little trail of kids and pets. It's like there's always somebody looking, always somebody touching. And so sometimes I'm just like, stop it. But in general, I like having the community because like y'all are fun. But see, I know everyone's like kind of can get all stressed out, but I mean, that's why in our Discord anyway, I don't like to take things too seriously. We like to have lots of fun and we do fuck around and fuck off a lot because it's a lot more fun that way. I don't like to take it so seriously. I think it's freaking awesome that I have stupid gifs and memes and all kinds of stuff is like part of my job. And like I have a stressed banana that I make jokes about. I have a stressed banana on my desk that is famous on the internet. And like, that's way better. Like, that's cool. And I was actually, okay, this is not going to be a thing, but I was actually scouted and considering a kind of like big deal, big girl job, which has given me a whole bunch of other ideas. So we'll see. We'll talk about that stuff later. But I was kind of thinking about that. Like, could I tone this down? Like, what would I want to tone this down? That was kind of a big question in there. The 15-minute orb is not my main strategy. Everyone seems to think it is because it's kind of a big deal on my channel right now. But what I'm doing is it's like one of the most simple strategies that I have. And so it's really great for new traders, to teach to new traders. But in addition to that, it's also a great example of how I create rules, because it's not like everyone can talk about the opening range breakout. There's a million different ways to trade it. And so like in my videos, other than teaching you the trade, I'm teaching you how I developed the trade, so you can kind of see an example of that. Because your trading plan and having a trading system and all those rules is kind of the most important thing. If you don't have the discipline and everything to follow all that, it's not going to work. So that's the other point of that video. There's kind of a few layers to it, and it's not just the one video. I have the one before that's like, here's kind of the general ways that you can look at an opening range. Here's some very precise basic rules that you can trade it. And then what I'm working on now, and it's been kind of a problem of time for me getting organized to do this. There's a lot of work that goes into this, all this back testing and stuff, is I'm trying to show you all of the different examples. So the last video I brought was like the basic core rules that I personally like and kind of some adaptations you can take. And then I'm planning on going into all the really, really individual deals and all the questions like, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you do it that way? And so we can kind of go through one piece by piece and see, would it be better that way for me or for you or for anybody else, or would it not be? Because sometimes I don't know. I know what kind of criticism I get. And so I was also trying to base that trade within kind of the regurgitated criticism that's in the trading community so that you can feel really safe with that trade. But there are some kind of wilder ways that I trade it that have some different risk to reward, that's not the popular or the common way or the right way, that actually works really well and is profitable. So I want to talk about some of that kind of stuff too. Alrighty. I got on a rant and did not catch up on everything. Yeah, rich people are either super nice or super assholes. Even the nice people, like you want to be, advocate for them and everything so much, so then you feel bad when really stupid things are happening to them. I was telling a story the other day. It's a $5.5 million house, and it was in hills, and the mover's truck left some tire prints on the driveway. It wasn't even like a big burnout. It was just literally like you could see the tire print for like 8 feet. And they called, and there's like, the sellers need to pay for this. And I said, they're not paying for that. It's a $5.5 million house. The new movers are going to leave a tire patch. Let it sit in the sun for 2 weeks. It'll be gone. Nobody's paying to have the driveway cleaned in the hours before closing on a $5.5 million house that, like, it's not a big deal. And they kept making a big deal of it. Then they were going to say, okay, well, the sellers won't pay for it, then you're going to pay for it. I'm like, I'm not paying for it. And they're like, well, we're not going to close. Fine, then don't close. They closed. It was not that big of a deal. It was tire marks on the driveway, but it's like that stuff when you're actually in the heat of it is really stressful. And I never even asked the sellers. I never asked them they weren't paying for it. I knew they weren't. At that point, we had already shut that kind of stuff down. But like, that's the kind of craziness that you're going into. Oh yeah. Y'all would not handle a daily life. It is like, I look very organized here because I work hard on that, but it's very ADHD land. Like, I could be working on a carburetor and then giving chickens medicine and then like totally distracted because I want to go find some rocks in the creek. Like, you just never know. And that's why we're like, why aren't you at the computer right now? I was like, I got distracted. That's okay. Yeah, that's one thing about my videos. I'll always have receipts when I make claims like that. And you can always just like not do it if you don't like it. I was hoping that this thing would hit profit real quick before I go like announce giveaway winners. So I am going to do a new one for July. I just haven't set it up yet. I need to see how everyone's doing these giveaways on the streams. So I'll do when I can get these streams going after the other show. I do need to like get up and move because by the time I'm done with that show, I've been sitting at the computer for at least a couple hours. So I was planning on taking a little break and then hopping back on here and trading the London close. But for real, it's really happening. Look at this pretty new setup I have here. I didn't even do this. I have a guy. I have help now. So, I don't know. Should I keep him? He was going to do some other setups for me. Okay, it's going to ching. Oh wait, it's on the screen here though. Cha-ching. We're printing. I'm just gonna let that thing go now. Don't forget. Oh my gosh. So we are like, I have a camera in the chicken run, and it was, first of all, it was an old piece of crap, so we couldn't see detail. But we put a new one up there. There are so many rats that come up there at night. Like, I thought I had got taken care of a bunch of them. There's about to be a new battle. A new duck? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, everyone, like, I'm not going to be anyone's sugar mama. Do you know how expensive I am? Like, I can barely afford myself. I'm like not even in my own price range still. Oh, there's so many rats. They're smart too. They like know how to get past all the traps. All of them. Like, we're not just using the little basic traps anymore. We've got the things where they're supposed to fall in the bucket and all that kind of stuff. What works best is corralling them in the cornering. Well, you can't control. I mean, they're not getting feed out of my barn. The feed in the barn is Loctite. They're not getting any of that. They're getting like how do you talk a chicken into not shoveling shit all over? Like, they just can't. So it's those chickens. Always those chickens. All right, where do I even have this? Yes, it's 65. Perfect. It's a perfect spot. Do you have any thoroughbreds? No, I used to have an appendix quarter horse, but I've never had any full bred. She was fast though. That was my crazy barrel horse, except for she's kind of afraid of barrels, so that didn't work out as expected. But yeah, we have quarter horses. That I inherited that because my mother was in rodeo and did cutting and all that stuff. So we got cow horses. Right now I got an old man. I got like the old folks home for horses going on over here. Well, I think this is going to take a minute as it trails. So I don't know if y'all listened to my plan this morning. We're getting both. We're literally getting both. But I wanted it to like not go up first, but we got the move down to the 20s. I actually said 62.27. I was way off there because we got 62.27.50. And then I said up to 62.65. So the only thing that like threw me off was this little bull run up to the 50 level first. I think that's what made the trading harder, is I didn't like how we just kind of lollygagged up there. In hindsight, it's beautiful and makes tons of sense. Well, I don't have to be excited about it because now I just have one runner left in profit. So best case, I get like $25 out of it, or worst case rather, like with slippage, and otherwise it's good. This is the order flow on MES. I don't usually watch it there. I usually watch it on ES because the ES one is not looking this strong right now. Just FYI, the MES one, there's more buying on MES than ES, but I didn't have time to make this chart pretty the way I wanted to. What's up, Cove? Yeah, this is my little baby trade just to recover so I don't have to be red on the day. It was not good this morning. And I had the right idea. I just executed it like turd. That's okay. It happens sometimes. I'm not about to get stopped out of this too, but whatever. I'll still be happy if we get up to 65, even if I'm not in it. But I do have this. Yeah, we'll see if that's going to do anything, because I was going to do the giveaways. I'll put up the new one shortly. July crept up on me. I didn't get it up yet, but I do have accounts to give away. I'm going to do it a little bit differently because I'm always learning, making things better. So on this one, I did 5 winners for the My Funded Futures and 5 winners for my indicators, a free month. If you if you're brand new or if you already have it, I'll just extend it. So, oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm trying out a new layout. So what I was going to do is the top 5, since this is the first prize listed, I was going to do the first 5 winners get the My Funded Futures. And then the second 5 winners get the Trading Ranch membership. So there we are. Angela, then Kat, Bob, Jeffrey. What does that say? Katarina. You guys are going to get the My Funded Futures accounts. And then Stephen, Jeffrey, James, Pat, and Darren. I'll send you info for getting 1 month free of Trading Ranch. So moving forward, I'm going to do some live on the stream. Like I said, I'm still figuring that out because I'm kind of a dodo sometimes. But I'm going to set up a new one on the website, and I'm going to have some on the stream, and I'm going to kind of combine it and go back and forth a little bit. Thanks, Mama Tick. This is a brand new layout that I just launched today. It's kind of like my old one, but it's better. I was getting really frustrated with my old layout, and I was trying to fix it myself, and I finally broke down and got some help, and that was the way. I'm trading order flow with volume profile and cumulative delta, but I still want to learn more. Any recommendations? I don't really know who the go-to expert on that sort of thing is, to be honest. That's something I've been wanting to make videos on, but haven't. I just try to keep it really simple, though. I mean, it's a pretty simple concept, so then it's just a matter of reading it. And do you want to read it down here, like on a cumulative delta? And I have warned, this is the MES one, which I don't normally like to follow. The ES one is down relatively, so I'm a little about that. We can spread this out a little bit. But I like this. I do like the footprint chart. I don't have one up right now to show, I don't think. I've got my condensed layout open right now. But so I'll look at the footprint charts kind of to find some levels more than anything else. And then same with the volume profiles and stuff. I'm trying to look for this other one. So this is the 60-minute volume profile chart. But then I'll keep the cumulative delta down here too. This is all squished. Like I said, I'm on my condensed chart layout. It's kind of annoying. But then, you know, you can kind of see when, like, we're kind of the way I'm looking at this, we're kind of losing flow over, like, we're starting to, this is supporting this curve, this curl that we're starting to see. And we're seeing that on the daily too. Like, it's kind of starting to slow down. We're pushing 3 ATR on the daily though on ES. So it's kind of that way. And then you can kind of watch, because we'll have, sometimes the POCs will end up lining up with support and things. And like right now, this value area high was then the value area low and that sort of thing. So I kind of look at the longer time frame. So I like the multi-time frame as well. But anything volume has always worked well for me. Hello. What assets do you trade? I trade mostly the ES. So I trade the minis and the micros, depending on which account. Like prop accounts, I almost always trade micros. I'll trade NASDAQ sometimes. And then every once in a while, I'll trade crude. It's starting to trade a little bit of gold. I trade options too. But I don't trade options on stream as much. Like, it's harder to share was it the option chains and all that stuff, and I mostly swing trade that stuff anyway. But I watch volume on my options trades too. I watch the volume on the actual contracts in the option chain. So I did a giveaway in June. That's the one that I was just showing. So it's kind of all month long. I was letting people enter that, but I'm gonna get organized with doing some on the streams. I just don't literally have a way to do it today right now. I didn't set anything up, but because it was kind of a spur of the moment stream. I'll do hopefully next stream I'll be able to set one up. I need like some spinny thing or like a randomizer that'll pick for me. And I'll put one back up on my website too. I like the way I was doing it with the like little secret codes. I just kept forgetting to change it. Oops. I was responding to somebody and I lost my chat. There it is. Ah, the stop got hit. Okay, hang on a second. You could do a random number generator. There's actually cool bots that'll do the giveaways for me. I have to give them access on the stream. Like I have to give them privileges, and I'd have to have it set up by now. I have to read the directions also. I tried doing one the other day without reading the directions, and I got so confused. And I was afraid I was going to screw it up. Ah, okay. Just pick your favorite. Well, then it's always going to be you, right, Andy? Aren't you supposed to be cleaning the hot tub? Oh, Cove sent me one. Thank you. I mean, I was selling a lot of Apex accounts before, and they did not really hook me up with good giveaways. I don't know what their problem is. That's why I have a retarded code up there, but I should have some take profit accounts I can give away too, but I'll check on that. Howdy, red candles. Well, I'll just hang out a little bit longer. I don't know if I'm going to take another trade. What do you think? I don't know. The problem is NASDAQ is like sluggish again. See what I'm talking about? Actually, let me show you this other one, because this is what I've been watching all day. Is like Russell wow 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 Dow wow wow wow. ES is trying to keep up, and NASDAQ is like, hey, what? It's like the only one down. Boobs is out of his puts. Oh no. See, like it's being 𝗕𝗏𝗦𝗧 market right now. Yeah. I don't like it. I mean, this is the level, like you could potentially retest and bounce for ES, right? And then here's a level we could potentially test and reject on NASDAQ. Come on. But what does the FANG look like? Yeah, they're all down except for Apple, Amazon. Tesla's got down and held down. Oh well. The market's lost. Ooh, scripted signals wants lower. This is what I don't like. I get so uncomfortable when we've got the ES looking bullish and NASDAQ looking bearish. Just, ugh, I don't like it. That's when I start second guessing everything. How do we deal with the orb strategy when there is a range or a false break? Well, how do you know it's a false break? And how do you know it's a range? That's hindsight trading. You don't know, so you either take it every time or don't. Today it was tricky on the NASDAQ because it broke to the long side. This is what it did. So it broke to the long side, you held in, and then when it got up to here, it triggered the move to break even. Then it stopped break even, and then it broke to the downside. And I don't think you can see it. Let me go down to a lower time frame. We'll just go down to a 1 minute. This was really annoying. So it trailed let me turn off the magic levels on this for a second. It's distracting even me. So it broke to the downside. It actually broke back here, but so it broke to the downside. It got here, triggered the move to break even, stopped it out for break even, and then went for it. So that was actually really annoying. But you just deal with it. Like, you're not going to get every single one. That's just life in the big market. Does the orb strategy work in Bitcoin? I would think so, but I don't trade Bitcoin. I just don't really, I don't mess with crypto anymore. But it should work with kind of anything with a chart that has volatility. But the idea is the volatilities should be kind of equal to whatever's going on. And, you know, the range will be equal to the volatility in theory. I lost my chat again. Let me find it. I have way too many windows open. This is the curse of streaming, especially doing 2 streams because there's like different stuff going on. Okay, there we go. There's no open. Well, I mean, does Bitcoin, does it move in any sort of cycles along with the rest of the market? It does now these days, doesn't it? Like it'll move along with some of the other market opens, because then you could. I mean, maybe it's not a good thing. I'm not really big on it, but love your stream. Thanks. Abhishek. So yeah, technically I'm not trading the ES futures orb during the futures open. I could, but I'm usually busy at that time. That's like when all the horses and everything need to be fed. But the you know, it works during other opens too. I know we have traders trading it during the Globex open, but I don't know if we have anyone trading. I was trying to think about that. Do we have anyone trading the London open? I don't think so, but we like it during New York. With Bobby and Barbie. Okay, red candles, but I guess that's what I was wondering. Like, I'm not a Bitcoin expert, but I wonder if it's... Let's check it. See, look. You could trade the New York Open on Bitcoin. This is synced up, so that ignore that time because it's on asset time. So it would be right here. It's basically the same move. So I do think you can trade Bitcoin on the opens of the other markets. Well, that was Bitcoin market cap. What the heck? Bitcoin futures? There we go. Now the time's right. I haven't traded Bitcoin futures though. Has anyone traded Bitcoin futures? I was going to. I was all excited about it. And then I saw how much margin they need. And I'm like, I'll just trade the indexes. Gold is trying to roll over. Man, I was actually a little bit annoyed when I saw gold this morning. Every time I hit GC, it brings up some dork version of this symbol. So I have to do my watch list. Okay. Yeah, so this run. Yeah. I was a little annoyed when I looked at it this morning because I would have loved to at least have gotten this break here. And it left nothing once I got to the screen, you know, around here. So yeah, thanks for that, gold. But I don't like the orb being on that one right now. All right, well, maybe it is still trying to go for this run now that I don't have a runner left. Typical. Ooh, I like the way the VIX is going down right now too. I mean, if NASDAQ would just go. Yeah. What's up, Vola? Any tips on intraday trailing? So the thing about trailing stops is they never seem good enough. Hang on, what do I have going on here? Okay. There's always some days it'll work and some days it won't work. So I mean, I got trailed out today. I had an automated trail going, but it trailed out today. Other times I try to just trail based on kind of what the next play was. So, you know, if I was already long, if I hadn't gotten trailed out and, you know, I'd entered off a VWAP or something. So if I'd entered on a VWAP, held through this break here, then I have a little like bull flag break. Where's my stop on a bull flag break? It's going to be on the first bar with trend candle, a little bit below that. So then my stop can be up there. So that's the way I trail my stops, is when I have a new entry that has a higher stop loss, I move up to that new stop loss after I would have had that new entry. I know some people just swing or go below the swing lows and swing highs. I've done that sometimes, but then I start to overthink it about which time frame and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. That might work for you. Like maybe if you're just using the 5, you can keep trailing up to these swing lows. Maybe that's a patience test for me. I'm not as good at that. And we need to see Abhishek trade sometime. Hopefully we'll get him live on the My Funded stream. And whenever I'm like trying to come up with anything for trading, whether it's just a strategy in my playbook or like a way of thinking, it's always about just making things easier instead of harder. So that's what you'll see that in my comments a lot too, because especially with the argumentative people, they tend to be like, well, this is wrong, you can do this better. And it's like, but I'm trying to do it easier. I'm trying to do it the most reliable way. Because if I'm going to do this every day, why do I want to make it hard when I can make it easy? Like, it doesn't make any sense when you're like promoting this easy breezy lifestyle, hanging out on the boat in Miami, but then you're also promoting this, oh, we sit here and trade and hit buttons all day. Like you don't get to have both of those. Okay. Andy, you don't think I should give Abhishek mod privileges here so we can time you out on my channel? Uh-oh, Red Candles lives in Miami. You know what I'm talking about, though. If you live in Miami and you want the easy breezy lifestyle, you don't also want to be sitting at the screen, yelling at the screen and, you know, being crazy all day. Like, what? I'm not insulting Miami. I'm insulting the people who are advertising. It's really false advertising. Like, we trade all day, we hit the button all day, but we party all day. What? I also kind of know about the Miami crew a little bit. If you know, you know. You can automate the orb with Ninja. I'm working on that. I wish it was as easy as coming up with the idea and making it happen. Well, different priorities. Oh, well, if you have a script already, I've been writing one. But this stupid thing, like getting the candles, or I'm trying to get the indicator to do it over the top of the right candle and all this nonsense has... I am in Texas. If scripts are easy, Cove, you are hired. I have a idea backlog here. I'm listening in the other ear. I'm trying to hear about some of this drama with Ninja Trader. I don't understand why everyone's pissed off at Ninja Trader, but well, El Paso is very different than Texas. That's the crazy thing about Texas. I mean, from El Paso to like any other border is like a 12-hour drive. You can cover a lot of culture in that time. El Paso's got its own thing going on. So does Austin. So does Houston. I was talking to the kids about that the other day. Like, do you appreciate that in Texas, like we live in the hill country. We have hills and rivers and lakes. And if we go north, we're in the plains. And if we go east, we're in the forest. If we go southeast, we can go to the swamp. Just south, we got the beach. Then over there, we got the mountains. It's pretty awesome. Usually if the ES and the NASDAQ are not congruent, one of them will make a move. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it when we don't have the sisters catching up early. Like, this is annoying that NASDAQ is so sluggish. Yeah, so took a day to drive to Texas from Florida. Depends on what kind of Florida. Wait, what is this? You have potholes in Louisiana? Driving in Louisiana sucks, man. It's not just the potholes. It's like you're stuck on those roads. You have to go on this road and then that road. There's no other roads. Like, we got back roads here. The back road queen. Austin's way too weird. So back in the day when they came up with Keep Austin Weird, Austin was weird. Now it's just like psycho. All right, but you have to trade more obvious move. Yeah, well, I mean, also, I don't have to trade if I don't like it. Sometimes I like it. Yeah, I mean, we're going to freaking 65. I just had my stop trailed too early. This has been the start to my week, though. Like, it's just, but you know what? Monday started off, it's like the week started off that way. Like, I got up plenty early on Monday, but I was still running behind because there were just so many emails and so many things. It's not like anything bad, any one bad thing was happening on it. It's just like everything at once. All right, red candles. We'll see you soon. You too, Cove. Have a good one. I probably should get out of here soon. I got to go email my winners and set up the new giveaways. I'll work on getting one up on the website today, but I think I'm going to separate it out to where I have different ones. Like I might, I didn't know it was going to work like that, where I thought it was going to be random and pick the people for me. I know I was going to have to pick, you get this prize, you get that prize. That's why I was like, top of the list gets this and bottom gets that, because that's not what I wanted. It's got to be fun, but it's got to be easy for me so I don't screw it up. Do you have any traders or streamers that you're a fan of? Honestly, I don't get to watch that many people's streams these days because I'm streaming. But I've gotten to know more through the My Funded Future. So you just saw Cove and Vala here. They're both awesome. You should follow them. The guy we had on yesterday, Methodological, something like that. I used to watch his stream when I was first starting to stream. I liked how he was not like being ridiculous. Those are kind of the main ones. But there might be good ones that I'm just not familiar with on account of, oh, this is a nice move. I was secretly in a degen thing. I just didn't want to share it. But there could be some good new ones, because that's how I'm getting to know some of these people too, is through the stream and getting to meet them that way. What are you looking? NASDAQ 764. I think I got a level there, don't I? Well, thank you for liking my approach. I will, like, so I talk to these other streamers a lot more than I used to. Hang on, what level were we looking at? 64. Mine's a little bit lower than that, but yeah. Yeah, we got those wicks over there. We'll see. The market is rather happy right now. But a lot of streamers are coming on and doing the same thing, and I'm hearing this more and more and more. It's like, you need to be on TikTok. That's where everybody is. And I was like, but I'm not doing things because that's what everybody's doing. Like, this whole thing has started because I'm doing it my way, and if you like it, then it works, and if you don't, then it doesn't work. But you know, it started out me sharing videos because I was frustrated trying to type stuff like, this is how you do this, and you know, it's just grown from there. But I'm still, like, I'm not trying to like be a better Patrick Whelan or something, right? Like, he does his own thing, he's really good at it. I'm not trying to like do his thing, I'm trying to do my thing, which, yeah, is going to be very different. I'm in a very different point in life and everything. And I think that if more channels were just doing their own thing, it would be a lot more fun. I get frustrated with that too, because I do have like all the affiliate things, and like the prop firms is kind of part of my job in order to make this all work. But that's why I'm real particular and real careful about who I promote and all that. But you know, I try to just do my thing. It does get hard sometimes, because there's a lot of noise about, you should do it this way, you should do it that way. And it's like, but you don't even know what I'm working on. Like, I got projects over here that none of you have even thought about, and I'm just really slow on executing them because I got a lot going on. He's not just loud, he's like really good at riling people up and like getting the like emotional juices flowing or whatever. He's really good at playing into all of that, like social media battles and all that. Like, that's a skill. I don't think I would be good at it either, so let's not try to make me do that. Like, that's his thing, and he does it really well. I don't know what percent of his money is from trading compared to everything else, but that's part of what he's done, is he's created this thing where he's got, you know, 80 sources of income that are all doing really, really well. And that's the dream. So like, that's why I get criticism like for getting paid through here, which is like not as much as everyone seems to think it is, but also like, yeah, if I'm putting in extra work, but that's like kind of part of it. Like, you gotta feed the monkey a little bit. This banana's not real. Thank you. Andy is number one. Yeah. You know, Boobies has some great plays, though. I mean, he can't win them all, but when he does win them, they go like 800%. So it all works out. How are you doing your little number one thing? That's cool. But speaking of props, what do you think of all? It's like sale season right now. That's why I'm like being a marketer and posting some things. But while they're doing all of these sales and everything, have you noticed kind of like how they're getting more and more creative, and which firms are just throwing sales and which sales are, or which firms are doing like things that keep their existing traders going and things like that? But there's going to be, I think there's going to be new firms in the trading space, new firms coming, and some of them will be good and some of them will be bad. But how will the old ones deal with all that? I've got some new ideas. I'm thinking about some stuff right now. I've got some ideas. It's a running joke with Andy and Carlos. Keep telling me to make them, they'll get rich if they take the opposite of your trades. Yeah, it does feel like that sometimes. But you know, I don't know what it is about new traders, but we just love to trade breakouts, and there's a lot of reasons you shouldn't buy a high. So it's kind of complicated. Breakout trades are fun when you get in on them right, but that's why I focused on reversal trades for so long. But then I guess it was last year when we were just up and never stopped until the very end of the year. That was a little interesting. Top step trade of 8 news. Yeah. Well, I've actually been complaining about Top Step's platform for a while. I haven't used it, and I kind of saw this coming. I've always said that they're pushing this platform too hard. This, what is it, the Top Step X? They're pushing that too hard. They're trying to get everybody to use just that. And this is the problem I have. Like, whoever it is, whether it's a Discord that's trying to be extremely exclusive, or you know, ICT, that's the whole point, is like his concepts are nothing new, but he's presented it in a way that is, you can only do this and the rest of it is stupid and doesn't make any sense. And Top Step's doing that too. They're trying to become a cult. They're trying to make it so everything that you do is all within their ecosystem, and you don't need anybody else, and it's just our team, and don't worry about what anybody else is doing. You know, I don't like that. I think it's super icky. I mean, I saw that coming as a partner because they wouldn't let me be a partner. I was a partner. I was a Top Step partner, but they wouldn't let me continue when they made the decision that partners all have to be exclusive. And it's like, you're going to make your traders be exclusive too? And then came out Top Step X. And I'm like, yep, they're going to try to make their traders be exclusive. So they're trying to make it so you don't buy other prop firms. This whole thing for me only works if I can use multiple prop firms, because I don't trust any of them. My whole goal is just to make sure that I'm net positive with any of these prop firm projects. And like Apex took me forever because I spent way too much on the first evaluations and stuff. But before I figured out what was going on, we have all been there. Yeah, so like I mean, it sucks being a NinjaTrader developer too, right? And I know everyone's going to be trash talking Ninja, oh, it's old and clunky. As a Ninja developer, I know that they're actually trying really, really hard to add all these innovations and everything right now. So it's going to be this guy saying, well, NinjaTrader hasn't done anything since 1994. And then this guy's going to say, well, here's all these new things NinjaTrader's doing. And I don't know. They're all shit. But okay, so the reason that I like software like NinjaTrader and accounts that connect to them is then you can connect to anything. So if I pick a brokerage that has whatever that connection is, a CMG connection or whatever, you can bring that with you. So like that's been the whole beauty of it, is you can, even if you want to be old grandma, you can use DOS Trader or whatever that one is, or you can use Sierra charts. You can connect to Quant Tower. Like you can do all these things with all these connections. And that was what made it work for me, because I don't want to be like, I've never had any delusions that when I get that certificate from the prop firm that that I have serious employment, and you know, there's no benefits, there's none of that. But you know, oh, you hate Ninja, you love Ninja. well, I guess it's polarizing. I didn't even know it was that polarizing, but ugh. But I do not like the cornering you in and saying you can't work with anybody else. That's been the reason, the whole reason this whole thing works for me is because I have all of these different accounts that I connect through one piece of software and I can control it all that way. Really, I'm using two pieces of software, but I can connect all of my accounts every which way. So I have in NinjaTrader, I'm connected to my funded futures and Apex and 𝗕𝗘𝗦𝗡, but like those are kind of my accessory accounts. Those aren't even my main accounts. The main accounts that I'm trading, I have a couple futures accounts, a couple of brokers that I connect through NinjaTrader. One is my main Ninja account. That's kind of my main one. And all on one screen, I can just real quick click through all of this stuff. Like, I don't understand why we're always trying to have drama in trading. It's the Real Housewives of trading. One feature about Top Step X is the lookout feature or lockout feature. Everybody has the lockout feature. NinjaTrader has the lockout feature. 𝗕𝗘𝗦𝗡 has the lockout feature. You just have to go into your settings. That's it. It's there. This is like when Apex was trying to sell you on. You had to have a Apex account to get a NinjaTrader license. When it's just like go to ninjatrader.com and download it. Oh, you have NinjaTrader now. Like, it's free. But they were including it. Okay, integrating TradingView as charts. Yeah. That's actually really easy. I have a project where I'm working with the TradingView API. TradingView as a company pisses me off because I don't like the way I'm treated as a developer on their platform, but it's beautiful. Like, I don't want to be like in their social system or whatever because they're jerks about it, but I have indicators there, but you can use their charts on other software. So if you go into Interactive Brokers Trader Workstation these days, you can go to their advanced charts. Or if you're using, they have a new, some new software. I don't remember what it's called now, but Interactive Brokers has some new beta software. And all of those are, what was I saying? I just got super distracted. Those they're using the charts from TradingView. So they're using the TradingView API to literally load the TradingView charts, but they're using Interactive Brokers data, so it's better. And I like that. And I've seen other people, I don't want to give away too many of my projects, but I've seen other people where whenever they're creating projects with charts, they're using that same thing. So it's a thing. Oh no, I got my runner stopped on my degen play again. Barbie, do you trust the orb in your sim funded versus eval? I have it copied to both. So yeah. Like, I trade it in micros. I don't trade it in minis because if I'm trading this NASDAQ orb and I take one mini, technically on a volatile day, that one trade can take the whole account. And I would never, if I was using real life funds, make it to where one trade could eat an entire account and then I would be dead in the water and not able to work tomorrow. And that's the way I always looked at it. Because I didn't start out as a futures trader. Prop firms were not a thing. I was just trading options. So if I was to blow that account, I would not have anything to come to work with tomorrow. It's not like you can just buy another funded account or whatever. You have to, get money and, send it to there. It takes a week and all that. Nobody wants to do that. So I just never wanted to do that. That just wasn't going to be an option. That would be all that downtime, all of that opportunity lost. So nah. Yeah, the TradingView charting is good. I have some gripes with it, but in general, is anybody really doing that much better? I don't know. I like the NinjaTrader charts, but like, you have to know, there's a learning curve. You have to know how to use them. I like just this year figured out if you hold down, what is it? I just do it naturally. Whoa, what did I do? Are you still there? I hope you're still there. I just closed something. There you are. I found you again. Yeah, anyway, if you hold some buttons down, the ninja charts do things. And if you're on the wrong window, you lose your mind a little bit. That's okay, I got it back. I found it. That wasn't ninja, that was me clicking on the wrong screen. The thing I don't like, ninja's not stupid because it makes me money. Like, can you really say that that's stupid if it makes you money? I don't know. That's where is literally where I make my money. But yeah, there is a learning curve. So if you just want it real simple and scrolly, and maybe this might be a generational divide too, if I'm honest, but because I use Adobe Photoshop, I learned Photoshop. It's very complicated. Yeah, I use Canva too because it's really simple and I can get things done faster, but I can get more done with Photoshop than I can with Canva. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. So maybe you think NinjaTrader's stupid because you are not copying to all your accounts. You're not copying to 20 accounts. Maybe you think NinjaTrader's stupid because you don't have algos running that are literally making you money in the background. So if you don't have any of that, then maybe it's stupid. But I can just write a script and have it trade my idea for me. I make it sound like I can do that in a few hours. I have before, but not usually. Windows XP. Yeah, I don't like Windows. And so NinjaTrader's on Windows. I wish it was on Mac. So I have two computers, but I also kind of like that. I don't know. I thought it was going to be terrible. So I have a Mac, a really nice Mac that is the little Mac Studio that I have everything running on. And I trade on a PC. So I'm using remote desktop to log into it. The computers are sitting next to each other, but I use remote desktop. But then when I'm on my laptop, if I just want to log into my trading, I can have the exact same trading setup on my laptop and I can just bring it with me anywhere. So that's what I do. And it's always on a fast internet connection. So even if I'm not on a fast internet connection, my trades are, if that makes sense. I've had that come up. I have exited trades going down the interstate. And if y'all don't know, in West Texas, the speed limit is 85. So doing at least 85 out in West Texas. In the passenger seat, I have exited some sketchy trades. I wish I could design trading software. I've been saying that since the very beginning, especially options trading software. That's part of why options trading is not that accessible to people, is the software sucks. It's very complicated. I would love to design some trading software, a trading platform. Like, I would be obsessed with that idea if someone else was coding it, because I don't want all that. I want to trade. I don't want to spend all day coding. But see, I'm all excited. Getting me all excited here. I would love to design a trading platform. Tastytrade is really good for options, but I don't have my money over there because I don't like I like their platform, but I don't like their brokerage. Like, I love Interactive Brokers. Don't really care for Trader Workstation. They've had this new one going for a while there, though. I can't remember what it's called. It's driving me crazy. Come on. Is it just IBKR Desktop? Yeah, it's IBKR Desktop. I have version 0.06. Surely there's a newer one than that by now, but that is looking pretty nice. But you don't want to trade futures there because the margins are turd. Oh yeah, especially so. If you'll notice, I don't have any options videos lately, but my options videos, I usually use the Tastyworks platform to show how the spreads work because it's a lot easier to visualize that way. Do you break even when the price hits 50% of the target, or do you wait until... I don't wait for this close. Everyone else wants to wait for a close. I do not wait for closes. Because are you trading on the 1 minute or the 5 minute or the 15 minute or the 15 second? I don't know. Then we're going to get in a whole conversation about that. So no, I don't mess with the close. I feel like when you're actually trading it live, you can kind of tell, because if I'm going to program it into an algorithm, I'll make sure it's holding a few ticks or something like that. It's not going to go on the first tick above the first cross, but I don't like the candle close. So if you look at the actual candle close trades too, let me turn off levels for a sec. So this is a 5-minute on ES. If we waited for the 5-minute close above, our entry is at 50%. So then we're already trailing to break even. So then we're taking half the trade, which you could do. You could take half the trade, but that's just not the trade that I have tested and programmed. I don't know the stats on this. When I've tested it before, it was not that good because your wins get decreased so much. So if you're waiting for these candle closes, like, I don't know. Y'all are more patient than I am. I'm not usually the more aggressive trader. Y'all are freaking me out. See what it looks like on the 1 minute. So that one's not a candle close. That one's not a candle close, but this one is. You're still almost halfway on the 1 minute chart waiting for the candle close. And then up here, you don't get the candle close there. You get it way up here. You're damn near the target. So no. Just look at it too. Just look at it. Does it make sense? Doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, Thinkorswim. I can't. No, Thinkorswim's. I can't get on board with Thinkorswim. I have strong opinions about Thinkorswim. It will not work on a. It will not work properly. You guys can argue this to death, but have you done it? It will not work properly on a Mac with an Apple silicone chip. Period. The end. And it's the way the software is written. It's written in Java. So Java has to be translated. That takes a lot of resources. It slows the whole thing down. Why would you slow the whole thing down? And why would you slow the whole thing down for a broker that works the same as Robinhood and does not have direct access? Schwab is, well, I don't know. Is Schwab direct access? Thinkers, or what's it called? TD Ameritrade was not a direct access broker. So it's the same as Robinhood. You're getting Robinhood level service and fighting with software. So I made more money when I switched to interactive brokers just for that. Thanks, Abhishek. You lost your crown. I see your crown. You got number 2 though. Wait, does that mean you're like number 1 fan or number 2 fan? Webull, I don't personally have a ton of experience with Webull. They're also not a direct access broker, I don't think, but I think they're better than most. So that I would pick them over, I would probably pick them over Thinkorswim. I would pick them over Robinhood for sure. But again, like, I like things a little bit more complicated where I can go a little bit more in depth and run algos. I have Python scripts that interact with my interactive brokers too. So for me, that's a big deal, but probably not for most people. If the fill is crap, that's because they're not direct access. So I did not have direct access on Thinkorswim, so whatever. What prop firm do you like? Top Step, just stop supporting trade debate. Okay, Ken, my funded futures, I am 100% sure right now is continuing to support trade debate. They're making that is their big announcement. They actually changed their promo. They drove us all crazy because they're like, here's the promo. We're like, wait, that's not the promo. Here's the new promo because of this news. So it's 50% off for your first account and then 15% off any subsequent accounts you get this month. And they are definitely keeping Trade of 8 support. I've got my eyes on Take Profit because they're kind of my second choice, but I need to make sure that they're going to continue to support Trade of 8 and Ninja also. Otherwise, now we're done. That's just, I am not going to be locked into prop firm software. Like, that was the whole deal from the get-go. The reason that I was so slow to even try prop firms is I thought I had to use their software. So I didn't want to use, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I was originally trading futures on interactive brokers. But then I started my own 𝗕𝗏𝗦𝗡 account and started there, and I don't know. Just reading y'all's comments. Stop blowing accounts, 50. Terry's too nice to y'all sometimes. So, like, there was a time earlier today, too. I was like, man, I would have stopped the stream and not said, oh, aren't they cute? But she's too nice to y'all. I don't know. I can't with all the ICT talk these days, too. Like, I just zone out. Like, dudes like blah, 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 SMT. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What is that? Explain what that is. Like, I even Googled it in ICT and nothing came up. Like, what are you talking about? It's okay. We'll figure it out. Yes. So they are. That was actually part of their original promo, but I think they're changing it because of this stuff. So that's where, like, nope, that's not the promo, because we're going to do that. We're going to use that somewhere else. I know. I also would not be telling y'all the code every time. I'd be like, who's paying attention? That's just me, though. The thing with ICT is, if you put enough layers on there, if there's enough layers to that sandwich, one of them's gonna be right. But I have had the pleasure of speaking with some established traders who actually make money and all of that fun stuff, and they do not have that much going on, and they don't have all these weird abbreviations and nicknames for things. They just like, oh, there's a divergence there, I'm going to trade that. Like, I feel like it can put blinders on you for just normal trading, because I don't know, it's a lot more simple when it's not cloaked behind a bunch of nonsense. So all I need is my levels. I just got lost not having my levels there too. I know. And I did break down and start like putting some random profit numbers on my YouTube thumbnails, and what do you know? Those videos get more clicks, whatever. I don't know. I don't want it to be emotionless. We should still have fun. That's what we have the trading ranch for. Maybe too much fun, according to some people, but that's why they're not there anymore. That still cracks it. We haven't had one announce their exit in a while, so that one was fun. Oh, Mark, missing out. Oh, he came in complaining, like we knew he wasn't gonna last. Never know what you're gonna find here. You just use VWAP and a couple of EMAs and draw support and resistance level. Good, then that'll help you not overthink so much. Hang on, ranch is nasty. I mean, if you want boring, you've got boring. Just Google trading group. There you go. Found you a boring one. Where's Mark? I still vote for fun. Like I said, I recently had the opportunity to go corporate also, and I choose fun. Shunter. Oh no, Scripted Signals is back and I was about to leave. I'll stay a few more minutes. I don't think I'm going to trade though. I was waiting to see if I was going to get another kind of entry on this deal, and I don't really like it. I think we're getting too late. This is the time I start sucking. Speaking of which, my little script is running, right? Where's my clincher? Waiting for start time. There it is. Current time. Yes. That's it. Kind of looks like we have 2 running though. What is that about? Oh, that one's crashed. All right, the afternoon Ask Clincher should post. Asbot is ready. That's what I was just checking. I'm trying the thing where I leave it running. I don't know why it crashed. It should have kept running last week, but something happened. I must have accidentally closed something when I was getting up, but it's supposed to run indefinitely now. All right. Barbie, I wasn't lucky today. I executed the order 15-minute on, and yeah. Okay. We've had some beef with ES and NASDAQ with this lately because when I tested it long term, I started with ES and I got a better win rate on NASDAQ. And then I publish it and show it to all of you, and ES is like, hold my beer. I'm trying to run the statistics on both. We're working on it. I'm way slow. I'm trying to get more help with this stuff. It's also like I'm finally hiring people, but then I'm not totally comfortable like handing all of this over yet. So it's baby steps. We're getting there. The market is really boring right now. I was worried about that because of the holiday coming up, but I'm still going to come here and see if we can get something to happen every day. Today was like not worth it because I really got nothing to show for it. I'm up like almost $100, I think. Like cumulative. Not real impressed with myself today. Barbie, did you see I did see it. I thought I responded to it. Because I was joking about how he didn't include my glasses. Everyone's always complaining about it. Take your glasses off. Guys, I can't see. Are you going to call trades for me? If I take my glasses off? I don't even know if I'll find the buy and sell button. I like the AI images. We need more AI songs. I've got a couple of them. Let's see if I know how to make it not loud. Yeah, I do. We got to, I need 4 eyes to be able to see anything. All right, where is it? Somewhere around here I have a button. Is it there? There it is. More AI music. I only got 2 good ones. I keep trying.
Out on the plains where the deals are made, wrangling profits in the sunshine shade, the trading ranch where the bold hearts stay, market mavericks riding every day. Yeehaw the stars.
Do you think it's a smart idea to execute on both the MES and MNQ? That depends. It's more aggressive, right? So you have to make sure you're scaled properly. But if you have one of them hitting and the other one hitting break even, that helps. So if they both can be profitable in the long term, it'll help smooth out the profit curve, or the graph, your old profit graph over time. This week might be freaking sideways. Hopefully I can just get a few points here and there. Honestly, this is probably a week I would take very, very, very limited effort to execute it all if I wasn't, in this role as a streamer. Because it's not just here, it's on the other channel too. And there's only so much time I can skip out on those streams. I gotta save it up for bigger, badder adventures. So NASDAQ, NQ, NAS, those are the same guys, right? I mostly trade ES. ES is actually my first instrument. I forgot I don't have my cursor on. So ES is Bay. I'm actually kind of confused about why so many people like NASDAQ, like it as their number one thing. There, I should have my cursor back. But, what was I saying? Yeah, so ES is really it really is the dominant index. I guess there's like a rumor going around that NASDAQ has more liquidity and volume, but it does not. It's the ES. ES is the primary index between the two. So, therefore, especially since a lot of my strategies are based off of volume, I'm watching and analyzing ES more. I can still take a NASDAQ trade. In fact, NASDAQ will explode more than ES will. So today it had a bigger move down. So yeah, ES was making a move up while NASDAQ was consolidating, and then we got this big old drop on NAS. So sometimes you can get more power on that, but it's because it's tech. It's just tech. It's just tech. And S&P 500 is tech, and it's a little more balanced. So ES is a little bit more the stable sister. NASDAQ likes to party a little bit more. For that reason, ES has more volume. So ES is a little bit easier to analyze. The reason that I've been using the NASDAQ for the orb trade is because of the extra volatility. Yeah, it does feel like you're always in the wrong one when you trade both of them. Oh yeah. NQ and ES. I always try not to be rude. You never know what people know. Some people, I've had people come into the stream and not realize that the Qs were part of NASDAQ and that sort of thing. Which is, why are you trading it? But okay. Oh, did it go? We got an ass trade. Oh yeah, I just heard it. I just heard order filled. I'll put it up here for the stream too. We never. This is okay. So this is supposed to be a premium signal, but I don't care right now. Everybody gets it. We're still building out the premium. So there is the afternoon ass clincher. This is really Boba's trade. I just had some input on it and made a bot that trades it. We'll see if he got the same fill. He's using a different automation, so sometimes it's a little bit different. Ass bot. Well, I named it too. I'll get credit for that. We were talking about how it can really make you clench your ass at the end of the day. So this is an iron condor. So we want price to stay flat for this to profit. So that's why if the market gets a little excited, it can really make you clench, right? So it's the afternoon ass clencher. I mean, it makes sense. You got what? Okay, you got the 200. So you're one strike down. All right, so Boba's gonna be better off 5 points lower. This is an options trade. You confused me without the 6 on there, man. More pumpies. It's trying to pump again. There's a lot of little levels in here at the 6250 level. I'm going to take this off of here now. You can go to the Discord if you want it. I still need to finish. Okay, so I did record that video and it turned out to be a whole disaster. And then I was going to edit it and then I got distracted and I did not. So I still need to do that. Yeah, I'm trying to get to my thing where I can post the link. There we go. I think there's a command with that bot, but I forgot it. It's probably Discord or Trading Ranch or something. ES also wants 62.65. All right, well, we got some ASWOT going. We got some giveaways. Just watch for the new one, because okay, this is what I'll do. I'll get something up on the website today. I will I'll figure out how to do one on stream. Cove sent me some stuff. I'm gonna check out what Cove sent me. And so next stream I'll work on doing that. So I'll just flip around. I have a few things I can give away now, so we'll figure it out. Alrighty. I think that will do it for me. I'm glad y'all like the new layout. We'll use it some more. Thanks for joining me today. I will be back soon. See ya.
Are made, wrangling profits in the sunshine shade, the trading ranch where the bold hearts stay, market mavericks riding every day. Yeehaw, the stocks don't sleep at night, we lasso gains in the pale moonlight, wrangling dreams with a fiery spark. On the trading ranch, we leave our mark. We saddle charts like a wild Mustang. With every swing, it's a brand new bang. The bulls and bears try to take their shot, but the Mavericks here give it all they've got. Yeehaw, the stocks don't sleep at night, we lasso gains in the pale moonlight, wrangling dreams with a fiery spark. On the trading ranch, we leave our mark. Winds may howl and the prices sway, but we ride on through the break of day. No gold rush here, just the grit and grind. Market mavericks with a sharp edge mind.